The first card you have, your past, is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups can be about, it can be about sneaky people. It can be about hiding your emotions. And I'm seeing at this time you had someone around you who was kind of showing you a part of them, or kind of trying to, well, not trying to, but they were starting to open up their emotions to you a bit, and then they'd kind of pull back. So just when you think they were going to come and open up to you, then they'd go and do the opposite. It was that kind of thing. They weren't showing you all of them, just a part of them. And even when they were starting to open their emotions up to you, it wasn't fully. It was just a little bit to kind of get you, almost like it was teasing you in a way. I don't think they were meaning to tease you, but they were teasing you. And so, yeah, I'm seeing that there was a kind of an awkward backwards and forwards energy going on between you. And it was like they were waiting for you to maybe open up, for them to be brave enough to open up to you. But also, it wasn't just that they weren't brave. It was like they actually weren't opening to you, they weren't giving to you, they weren't giving themselves to you. And I think that you were doing this to them, you were giving yourself to them, but then when they would pull back, then you would feel like doing that, because you had to kind of protect yourself. You felt like, I can't open myself up if this person won't do that for me. They expect me to do that, but they won't do that. And so I need to protect myself. And that's the kind of thing I'm seeing around this. So yes, I'm seeing that they were creating a barrier, and then that kind of made you create a barrier, and then they kind of start opening up and then pulling back again, and this kind of backwards and forwards stuff. So yeah, so you were kind of holding back yourself at times, and then you were kind of starting to open up as well, and then holding back, but really you were following on from them, and it was really frustrating you, and actually it was really hurting you. It was really hurting you. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have, your past, is the High Priestess. So maybe you were feeling that this person might have been hiding something from you. They were definitely hiding their feelings from you, but I don't know if they were hiding anything else from you, or if there was a reason behind this. But I'm seeing at this time that you were trying to find a reason behind this. The moon also shows me that, in this card, the moon what can I say? I can't think of the word. They kind of, it determines the tides. That's what I'm seeing. There's a moon at the bottom of this card, and it kind of determines whether the tides are in or out. So again, I'm seeing this up and down energy. I'm seeing the water going up and down and all of that kind of thing. And I'm seeing that, yes, you're a very kind person, and you were giving this person the benefit of the doubt. So you were thinking maybe they're holding back because they're scared, maybe they're afraid of something, maybe they have some psychological reason, maybe it's me, maybe it's this, maybe it's something else. You have given them all of these kind of chances and excuses. And you're trying to desperately find a reason why. And you're thinking, something's been hidden from me. I don't know what it is. I don't want to blame them. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. So that's the kind of thing I'm feeling around that. But it was making you very, very anxious, very anxious. The last card you have, your past, is the Sun. So yes, I'm seeing something completely different with this card, a completely different situation. I'm seeing in this card, first of all, I'm seeing a breakthrough, because I'm seeing the child on this horse was kind of breaking through this wall behind them. So sometimes this can represent breakthroughs. I'm seeing this could be a breakthrough inside your head. And what I mean by that is, I'm actually seeing a situation, a family situation in this card, where you've had some kind of very difficult situation with someone. This could be a sibling, this could be someone who has children, or it could be you that has children. One of you might have children, or there are some children involved in whatever this was. There was some kind, you've always had a very difficult background, a difficult relationship with this person. And then there was some kind of situation around children that caused you to fall out with them, or them to fall out with you. Now, they've been very, very funny about this. You've always had this anxiety around this person. And then I think, you had this falling out, and they were kind of trying to fight with you and have this argument back and forth. And this was another source of anxiety for you. But then they decided that they might, not speak to you. at some time. And I'm seeing that, in the beginning of this, you were kind of really upset about this, and they were trying to punish you. That's what they were doing. But then after a while, you had this kind of breakthrough in your mind, and you thought, well, if they're not talking to me, at least there's no drama, and I don't have to worry about it. I can just go along my life and just live my life and not worry about it. So you had this kind of breakthrough, and it was very freeing once you decided that you didn't have to worry about them anymore, and there's no point in kind of feeding this drama, and you could just sit back and live your life and let them go on with it, get on with whatever they were doing. It was very happy, very freeing for you. And that sounds quite harsh, because if this is a sibling, obviously it's nice to kind of get along with people and that kind of thing. But they'd caused you so much drama and so much stress that was almost a relief to kind of get rid of the stress. That's what I'm seeing. And if you look at this child on this horse, they're so free and they're so happy. They're naked and they're riding on a horse. So, this was a very freeing kind of a revelation for you. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the first card you have for your present is the Three of Wands. So yes, I'm seeing again that this is about this relationship, this person in the King of Cups that was kind of backwards and forwards and not kind of showing their emotion to you. And, obviously this is the card of waiting. So what I'm seeing that, you've put a lot of hard work into this relationship, to this love connection, or whatever this was. You were trying to open up to them. You were trying to give them so many chances. You've given them chance after chance. And then you just came to this point where you thought, I'm just so tired of this. I don't need any more of this stress or strain in my life. I'm looking out to sea. If you look at this beautiful calm sea that this man's looking out to, it's so calm, it's so golden, it's so beautiful. So you were thinking, I just want calm. I just want peace. I don't want any more of this up and down. I don't want the sea to be rocky, going up and down. I want it to be calm. I want peace in my life. That's what I really want. And I don't want any more of this stuff anymore. I've had enough of it. So it's like, you've been very patient. You've put a lot of work in. And, if they're not ready to put the work back into you and back into your relationship, you might actually be walking off, because I'm looking at this man. He has his back to us. So you might turn your back on this whole situation and just walk off and say, well, if I'm not going to get this peace inside of this relationship, I'm going to try and get it outside of this relationship. That's what I'm seeing. So you still might be kind of, I'm still not seeing that you're totally walking away from this. I'm still not seeing that. I am seeing that you're just saying, I've had enough of trying. I'm not going to fight anymore. I'm not going to try anymore. I'm just going to sit back and kind of find some peace on my own. But, it might be that if the worst comes to the worst, you might totally turn your back on this. The next card you have, your present, is the King of Wands. So yes, I'm seeing a similar thing in this card, actually. This king sitting upright on this throne. He's not relaxed at all, and you're not relaxed in this situation. This is a big, stressful time for you. This whole relationship or this love connection, it's not relaxing. It shouldn't have to be hard work. You already work at work. You don't want to come home and work at home. You don't need this in your life. So yes, I won't lecture you, I'm sorry. But yes, this man or this king looks as if he's about to get up and walk. So you might be ready to get up and walk very, very soon if this keeps on. You're patient enough, but you can't be patient forever. You've been so patient with you. But you're a caring person. I keep on seeing that all through this reading. But you're not a doormat. And you're not going to be a doormat. So you're right on the verge of getting up and walking away. That's what I'm seeing. And that motorbike's kind of riding away. So that's what you should do. Get up and kind of walk away. I think that's what you should do. But you're a very kind person, and you like to kind of make sure you've kind of ticked every box until, before you're kind of ready to walk away. You don't like to just get up and walk off. You're a very loyal person as well. That's what I'm seeing. But yes, you're very fed up at this time. So the next card you have for your present is the Nine of Pentacles. So this is a very beautiful card. It's a very peaceful card. And this woman, this beautiful woman, she's holding on to this bird in this card. Now, some people say this is a falcon. Other people say that this is something else. But whatever this is a bird. And if you look at the way she's looking at this bird, she's looking at it very lovingly, very, as if she loves this. This is her pet and she loves this pet. And this makes me think of the saying, it's probably a bit cringy, but this is what I'm thinking when I look at this. If you love something, set it free. Or if you love someone, set them free. Now, you do really care about this person. If you didn't care about this person, you wouldn't have given them all of these chances after chances. You would have just said, right, I've had enough. But you're not that kind of a person, and you do care about them, really. So this is telling you, what this is telling you. Set this person free, and not just set them free, set yourself free. Set yourself free from this stress and this strain and this horrible situation that you're in, because it's really making you so stressed, so upset. And, you've given them chance after chance. So take care of yourself. The woman in this beautiful garden, she's just taking care of herself. She's among, these beautiful plants, grapes, everything she needs is in this garden. She's so relaxed. Give yourself that gift of feeling relaxed away from all of this stress. So the first card you have for your future is the Ace of Wands. So yes, the Ace of Wands is about movement, action. Nothing represents movement like the Ace of Wands. There's no other card of action like the Ace of Wands. So, and also there are wands all over this reading. So this is telling you to move on. I really hate telling you what to do, and I don't want to say to you, oh, leave this person or that person, but it's all over this reading, and I can see how stressed you are, but I can see how hard it is for you to do this because you do care about this person. That's what I'm seeing all the way through this reading. So you keep on giving this person chances. You keep on giving them chance after chance after chance. I'm seeing that at this time you might be, you want to walk away. Part of you wants to walk away, but part of you is thinking, I still really care about this person. And I keep on seeing this really great big conflict between wanting to walk away, caring about them, thinking, shall I give them one more chance, just one more? And I'm seeing what you might be doing at this time in your future is you might be kind of saying to them, right, I'm just going to have a sit down talk with you. I'm going to come forward. I'm going to say to you, let's have a talk. Let's sit down, clear the air, have a talk. And I'm going to say to you, look, I'm not happy with this. I want it to be like this. You're going to have to either come forward, show me some emotion, or that's it, that kind of thing. Now, it's one thing to say this in your mind, but it's another thing to actually come forward and do this. And you would have to be a very brave person to do this. I'm not saying that you're not brave, but it's a very hard person for someone who's very kind-hearted and caring to come out and give someone this kind of ultimatum. But I think that it's something that you might actually have to do if you're not going to just go and walk away from them. That's what I'm seeing, because, I'm seeing that you do want to give them a chance. And this might be the final chance that you need to kind of give them. You might really need to have this spelled out in front of you before you actually do walk away. That's what I'm seeing. I know this is very negative. I'm sorry. The next card you have for your future is the Nine of Wands. So you have even more wands, more movement here. So the man in this card, if you look at this man, he's very, very carefully, he's very slowly removing parts of this wall. He has a barrier up. He's removing parts so that he can come forward. I'm seeing that this is going to be really scary for you having this talk with this person, but this is something that you might really have to do. This man prefers to be camouflaged. His clothing really almost is the same color of these ones. He wants to kind of hide away, and that's how you're going to be feeling. You're going to be thinking to yourself, oh, I know I need to have this talk, but I don't want to. I'd rather just hide away. I think you really should come out and have this talk. And I think if you do, this person's really going to even admire you. They're going to be very surprised that you're going to have this talk with them. And it's going to tell you one or the other. It's going to give you the indication one or the other way, whether they're ready to fight for you or whether they're not. It's going to be very hard. I know this whole thing is hard. Not doing this is hard, plus, or doing this is hard. Both things are very hard for you. The last card you have in your future is the Emperor. So what I'm seeing is if you do need to go, if you are going to have this talk, now I'm advising that this is what you should really do. I can't tell you whether this is what you are going to do or whether, this is what you should do. But, this is what I'm seeing that you should do. This is what these cards are telling me you should do. Obviously, this is up to you to do whatever you want. But I'm seeing that if you do go into this talk, you're going to have to go into it like the Emperor. I don't mean fighting. I don't mean having a big suit of armor or a big fire behind you and having a big war. I don't mean that. What I mean by that is you're going to have to go into this with a very hard head, because I'm seeing that you're very soft-hearted. So if you go into this and you sit in front of this person, you might look into their eyes and you might think, oh, I'm melting again. My heart's taking over. I don't know if I can have this talk. You can't be like that if you have this talk with this person. You're going to have to get all of your points straight in your mind so that you can come out and speak to them, and you're going to have to put your heart aside. When you do speak to them, you're going to have to be clear, you're going to have to be to the point, and you're going to have to be very, very, very kind of almost hard-headed about it. It's not in your nature to be like this. I know it isn't. And I'm Aries, so of course I don't have the same kind of nature that you have. This is what I'm seeing that you really should do. This is like a crucial point in your relationship that you're going to have to come to, because really you can't keep on going the way you're going. It's making you miserable. So, that's all I really have to say about that. I can't really say any more. It's really up to you.